Yeah.
Yeah.
Do like
I'm getting over being sick. I've had full-blown strep. Okay, this freaked me out. This is going to be completely random, and I'm about to sound like every other bitch on planet Earth. But out of nowhere, I was like, oh, I'm just going to like read my horoscope. Like, who cares? Right? And I'm like sick as fuck. And literally in this horoscope, it said like, tomorrow you're going to be feeling like great in health. And I'm like, okay, that's stupid because I'm sick with
you're
strep.
like, I'm dying today.
I'm dying. I woke up with a 102 fever. Like, I am sick.
Yeah.
Woke up, nothing wrong. Freaked me the fuck out. Speaking of that, remind me when my Starbucks get here to take my antibiotic.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing. Since I'm going to go see my friend.
Mandy.
And if we go out, right, can I stop taking my antibiotics for one night so I can go out and have drinks?
I feel like it's a consistency thing.
So I'll just be more fucked up then.
There's something about being a girl nowadays where they'll be like taking a subscription medication that clearly says do not drink while on this. And girls are like, that's a great idea. It said drink while I'm on it.
No, it's because it's, okay, honestly, like, okay, antibiotics. If it was that serious that if we drank on it, we would die, I think they would be more adamant about not
there's a lot of
drinking.
things that we do as a human species that like we would die if we...
You say species, very weird.
Species? How do you say it?
Species.
Species.
Species. Can't be species.
No, it's species. How do you say it?
Species.
We're saying the same thing. We're saying the exact same fucking thing.
You just say it weird. Like, do you have a lisp?
No.
Say it again.
Species. I thought we were saying I thought we were saying the exact same thing there.
We weren't. You say it weird.
Well,
say it
you know what?
weird.
People can just, after they listen to this, they can send us a little Instagram DM and be like, it's actually, or maybe they can just fight over it and be like, Arr.
That's fine. Boost my comment section, bro.
You know something funny?
What?
Ben on Hinge saw you. And okay, my friends are going to just start seeing you on Hinge now. Because I get to hear it every time.
I'm deleting my profile. I'm not even on it all. Like, I just, you know what I mean? You just, it's one of those things you just like have.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not even on it. So then I don't even, you didn't like it, right?
No.
I'm about to go. There's like 100 like likes I have that I just haven't gone through because I'm like lazy as fuck. If I see that homie on there.
Ugh.
Sorry, Ben, but it's fine.
No.
You're my brother's friend.
You're like,
I'm not that type of girl. Anyways,
what type of girl would that be?
I don't know.
One that
That steals. I mean, if
mentally
you're like a
capable
kid,
men?
if you're like younger and like you go to your friend's house and they have a brother, they're just automatically more hot. That's just a fact. Like, you can ask any girl. If your friend had a brother, they were just like, it's like when you see a guy in an airport or like a girl in an airport, like automatically somehow, like it's like the airport theory. But yeah.
Well, what's the airport theory?
When you see like someone in the airport, they're like automatically 2 points higher.
Dude, I wish that was true, but when
You've
I go
never
to
seen a pretty girl in the airport?
it's so rare.
I'm not saying every time I go to the airport, I'm like, fuck.
You're saying someone who's already pretty.
Already, like, you
airport.
see them, it just makes them that much hotter because you're like, I'm never gonna see them again.
What if someone was like on the cusp to where like maybe they're a 5 or 6, but 2 points up is like a 7 or 8, and that's like really
that's
attractive.
what we're saying. It's how like usually they would be a 5 and a 6, but then since they're in that airport and you're never gonna see them again, now they're a 7, 8.
I'm gonna like actively think about that next time.
No,
I'm in an
you
airport,
will, and you're gonna be like,
and I'll just look around and I'll be like,
I get it.
It's so bad because then I'll be like, outside this airport, you're a 4.
You're a mid ass bitch, but like,
No, sorry, that's so bad. But I haven't heard that theory before.
No?
I've heard the what is it? The like ugly friend theory, where like a girl will surround herself with people uglier than her, so she looks more attractive.
Maddie, I swear has done that in her life. Not right now. Her friends right now.
I mean, I was about to say like you just
no, not right now. I'm saying like when she was like little. I don't know.
Speaking
I don't
of
want to talk
Maddie's
about that. I don't know
friends,
who's
fucking
talking.
Milano Cookie last night, both of her like lights inside of her car were on. And I was like, guys, your car's gonna die. You need to turn your lights off. And they go out there and like, Cameron, you're fucking stupid. There are no lights on in my car. And I was like, okay. So I walked back outside just to make sure I wasn't being gaslit and saw 2 lights, clear as day on. And there's a lamppost behind it. So they thought it was just a lamppost coming in. And I said, hey, fuckface, come over here real quick. Look at that. And then she saw both the lights on.
Oh, and then they're like, oh my God.
And she was like, oh, those lights. And I was like, yeah, those lights.
My favorite thing is when Dad one time like took the car battery out of fucking Caroline's car.
He didn't take it out. All he did is just unplug the connectors.
That's
because
it?
they have, yeah.
He just and
Caroline
like,
and Maddie are
was
so
screaming, crying, puking, throwing up.
Well, no,
I would do the same.
Well, they
thing,
were
though.
saying like he like destroyed our car. It almost exploded, and it's like no, he just.
I would have been that
plugged the
dramatic.
battery.
Honestly, like I can't even hate. I would be the same. I would do the same. Like if Dad went outside and unplugged my car, I think I would literally like.
But that's one of those
fall to the
things that I
ground,
feel
pounding.
like you should just know by now, being your age. Like it's a car battery. You just pop it back on.
Yeah, you should know that.
Do you know how to change a tire yet?
No, fuck, Cameron. What? No. The person, whoever I end up marrying or home with, they just need to know how to do it because I'm not learning.
I feel like you should have some basic, like if you're on the side of the road and not wait.
I know how to change
3
oil
hours.
in a car.
You know how to change oil?
Yeah.
Really?
Dad-
Every car?
Cameron. Yes, I know how to change oil in cars.
Okay.
My car, maybe not. Actually, my car's complicated. It's not my.
Because
car.
every car is different. Like you have to.
I know
find
the
where
one where you have to go into there and the fucking little like those. Do you remember those things in fucking what do you call it?
when you were in elementary
And
school
you, like,
and you used to
slid
slide
around
on
like
them?
a fucking snake. Yeah, those. And then you go back under those and you unscrew the little thing. You have to put a bucket underneath, and you screw back in. It's the whole thing.
You totally know how to change oil.
That's how I remember at 8 years old.
I want a video now of you changing oil in a car. I want to see that.
Fucking call Grandpa and Dad. I used to do it with them.
No, I just want to see it now. Like
I feel like it'd be kind of fun. Like,
I think that'd be a good vlog video.
I think you make real.
White
You know
bitch
what?
changes oil.
No, I'm more like Southern bitch because I got those Kentucky roots, so I kind of know how to do some things.
Louisville is just. Like, let's just take a moment to acknowledge that like Louisville is just not Kentucky.
No,
really.
it's not.
It's outside.
This
of...
is the thing. I'm gonna say something right now, and this was such a culture. I don't even know if it's culture, but just a shock to me. Was everyone here wants to look like they're from California?
Yeah.
And dress, and then everyone in California, all girls, like white girls, they all want to look like they're from Kentucky. So they dress with cowboy hats, cowboy boots, all these other things.
Whole
like
thing.
it's a thing, and it weirds me the fuck out because when these girls would start doing like wearing these cowboy things, like in Kentucky, you would have been.
Well, no, they'll
on.
take a cowboy outfit and then make it slutty.
Oh,
It'll be like super
That's like
short,
a girl's
short.
like superpower. Like we could take
Howdy, y'all.
anything and probably make it slutty if you try. Because honestly, it's what you put on a crop top and a skirt, and then add your accessories, and then it's slutty.
Yeah, girls have like a slutty version of everything.
Yeah.
It could be like slutty cop, slutty firefighter,
Well, those are the classics, but you could.
slutty slut.
But you know what? I want to do this thing. I was talking with Aiden and Nina a while ago, where we want to take the most outrageous things that you really can't make slutty and try to make them slutty for Halloween.
Like
So,
what? What can you
Schmeagol.
not make slutty?
Schmeagol. Like how the fuck you can make Schmeagol slutty?
You can make a hot schmeagle. I mean, he only wears a fucking. He doesn't wear anything, actually.
Okay. Can picture Schmeagol right now?
Well,
And
that's
imagine
because like
all of the things you have to do. Me wearing a
what bust out your teeth and like
I don't have to bust mine out. Mine are solid to go. Got the big ears. Those are check.
Yeah.
I just got to put on a bald cap. Or like a sexy Steve Harvey. Or like, not Steve Harvey. Who's the fucking
that'd be funny as shit.
Dr. Phil. Like a sexy Dr. Phil.
These would all be great.
And they'd be hilarious.
This would be amazing.
Right? We collectively thought that next Halloween, if we are like all together, we're doing this. Like we're just gonna make the not slut. Like
The bald caps, and you can like get black marker with your tooth.
I'm gonna be
and, like,
fucking Mr. Clean but sexy.
Mr. Clean's pretty hot innately. I mean, he's jacked. You seen that man?
Yes, trust me, I've seen Mr. Clean.
How did you? The way you said that, you're like, oh.
You think my
me and Mr.
Starbucks is
Clean
here?
of it.
I Postmated Starbucks.
Yeah, in the middle of the fucking podcast.
I'm gonna get up halfway through and go grab that Starbucks. I'm gonna make my oatmeal and everything right here on this couch.
Don't.
I'm gonna do it.
Please no.
I will.
But okay, so
Do an ASMR.
the podcast is doing pretty good so far. Like I've been reading, like looking at the analytics, and I was like, oh, this was good for our podcast so far. I'm curious to why you think it's doing semi decent. I wonder if it's just like the sibling dynamic we have.
I think it's doing great. Also, just so you know, I've gotten like DMs and stuff from people, or like just like Snapchats, just being like, "Hey, like I just listened to it, like,
Yeah.
doing amazing." And I know like for some people, it might not be like super excited, you know what I mean? But like for me, I read them and I get like so like literally, I was on the phone with you the other day,
Yeah.
and someone sent one. I was like, "Oh my god, they just said they love their podcast," and like
Yeah.
there was someone who was like, "Yeah, like you know, I used to do a sport, and you know how to be skinny and all these other things, and how like after you quit these sports." Having to come to acceptance that like your body's not supposed to look like a 12-year-old boy at the age of 19. And it's okay to gain some weight. Like it's normal. You're not supposed to look prepubescent when you're going through puberty and all these other things. And like It just makes me feel so like happy. Like really, I'm like,
Yeah.
makes you, I don't know, like I'm actually doing something. Also, I just had a realization. Fuck
Yeah.
you, I have a passion. Passion right here.
You're welcome.
Shut up. No, I gave this idea to you.
Really? Who started a podcast before you?
Okay, but you've been in the film industry before me.
And who told you to do the podcast?
Are we gonna insert Cameron and Kate fighting right now? I think we should. Here's the thing. I texted you literally the other day and I was like, are you back home? Because I want to start a fucking podcast because I was watching Shane Dawson's podcast. So that's when I was, for the go. You started a podcast with Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said you should be on an episode
But
multiple
that
times.
wasn't my podcast.
I said you should start your podcast at some point.
But
I've been telling you this.
No, you didn't, Cameron.
Yes, Catherine.
I'm fully gaslighting you right now. He did. But either way, I have a passion. Yeah, I know.
Gold
It's
star
exciting.
on your forehead.
That's my thing. Don't say that. Mine's a gold star.
No, I've been telling this girl for months now how important it is to like because you had a relationship before and your passion was being in a relationship. Like that was the extent of what your life was. And I was like,
Yeah.
hey, Kate, like
Fortunately.
things, they end, like everything's a little finite and you need to have something that's existing outside of this thing.
In the gym. Yeah.
And
Because
the
like the
gym.
gym, yeah, like of course that is a
You can make the gym a passion, but like most people don't go that deep into it.
I feel like I do. I go pretty hard.
No. I mean, deep as in like, because you could do like fucking tutorial videos in the gym. You can start coaching. You could like,
That's actually
every
like
single
my
day
dream.
you're posting like 8 different brands. Like
Actually, like I really do want to be able to like do personal training or whatever, but then I'm gonna fucking like psychology major and I don't want to ever do like that much math because I heard you have to do a lot of math.
in psychology,
Oh fuck no! What the hell? You think I'd be majoring in that? Hell no.
what do you have to do math in?
Fucking like like bio, like chemistry and shit, like all that other shit. If you start being like, if you have to go to school for what's it called, kinesiology or some shit.
No, so personal training, you just have to get a NASM certificate.
Okay, yeah, but if you want to be like a legit one, sometimes you need a college degree.
Kate, they're all no legit personal trainer needs a college degree.
Never mind. I retract that statement. I just thought you did, but either way.
No, you can go and get like you can be a trainer at any commercial gym with like basically any piece of paper that just
I'm
says you
literally
took an
gonna sign
online
up at
class.
French.
You could if
I
you
could be like, I promise you, I have so much experience. I've been lifting weights since I've been 12.
well, and also like I feel like a lot of lifting is just understanding your body.
That's what form. I think lifting's just form.
Well, form.
Once you learn it, you're good.
Well, no, form's good, but a lot of it is understanding your body and like, okay, how does your body respond to hypertrophy, and how much training can you do a week that involves like lower back work, and like
I'm gonna
once
shit
you can
on so many people right now, and I had a full blown heated debate yesterday.
about salt.
Salt?
Salt hydrates you.
Shut up, Cameron. We're not going over this. I'm not doing that again with
Salt
you.
is fucking hydrating.
No, but these people openly admit that they ego lift. Okay, they're like, yeah, we ego lift around here, and I'm like, okay.
Was it all the
person.
guys you talked to, basically?
The group. It's like Sarah, Lauren, that whole group of people.
Oh.
Not Sarah. She didn't admit to ego lifting.
You mean Beefy Baby?
Beefy baby.
Okay.
She didn't admit to ego, but it was that Jacob kid and the other Will one. The like, I don't know the one.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, we ego lift, and I was like, and I'm like shitting on them how it doesn't work. This Jacob kid goes to do something, literally like fucking blows out his back. So then this Will kid keeps trying to argue with me, and I'm like, look at that man. He's laying on the ground.
He's in pain.
He is breaking. You're objectively wrong. Like you were wrong. Like if you don't warm up, neither of them, any of them. I feel like they don't warm up. They just go to the gym, and I'm like, dude, like.
That's a whole. I mean, I remember like when I was younger, I would work out and like I could pull. Let's say like I pulled 455 or something, and when I did it, it looked like shit. Now I can pull 455. It looks fucking great, but it's taken years to just unfuck that form. So it's not about the weight.
I literally told them I will make them a whole plan to like not break their bodies. Like you have to train at like 75, 80% of your max. Train that for a couple, and then go for a max. So your body is used to it.
Well, I'm sure they're, like I said, I'm sure they're well aware enough of all the logistics there. I just think a lot of people just want to lift heavy, and
You're gonna get hurt.
You're
going to get hurt, and then you're gonna be set back.
They kind of got to just learn for themselves. You can tell them all day, like
it just I don't know why, but it makes me so mad. It just makes me mad.
Like there are things that I do to where I'm like, people are like, just do it like this, and I'm like, no, if I did it like that, I would physically hurt myself because my body's not But like I can't bench super fucking wide. My chest will hurt. Like I almost tore my pec fucking doing that last time.
Stupid.
It's just what it is. And I tell people, I'm like, that is not how I
I
function.
think you just listen to your body. Like, yeah, there's obviously extent to pushing yourself. That's my Postmates.
You know, I'm gonna have to edit this out now. Like this is gonna be like a.
I want this in the podcast.
You want the fucking. She decided to stay up till 4 a.m. last night, talking to some. No, I'm keeping this in because who edits the podcast? What I can say you stayed up till 4 a.m. talking to somebody. Okay, yeah, you're fine. Eat whatever you got to do. Put it in your mouth and be content. Don't.
It's fucked up.
Motherfucker.
Okay, we're gonna edit that whole part out. I got my podcast. Just take it from where. Just like okay, this is where we edit real quick. Hold on, pause. We're just gonna be like my Postmates, and I'm gonna get up, and then we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna give them a little haul. That's what we're gonna edit.
Fine.
Okay. We got a little haul.
Fucking shit.
Here's our haul. We got
She got Postmates.
oatmeal.
There's oatmeal at Starbucks?
Oh, it's so good, Cameron.
I know
This is
that.
the only thing I ate when like I was skated because
When I was skated.
when I skated because when you eat this, like for some reason you just don't look like fat ass. So I'd be like, okay, like I can eat this in the rink and like not get hate on. It comes with like brown sugar and everything. Either way, and then I got my little shaken oat milk espresso. We can keep talking though. I'm just gonna make my oatmeal as we talk.
Nice.
This is gonna be a whole thing.
Okay. Well, so outside of that, you said that you did want to kind of talk about. If you could be any louder, that would be great.
Okay, I do want to talk about how fucked up skating is. Oh my lord. And a lot of my friends have been like, yeah, let's dive into that, Kate. Like, talk. I don't know. Do you have any questions, like, as an outside perspective? I'm just making my oatmeal. I'm sorry. It's so funny.
You're fine. I'm curious how, like, managing relationships were as a professional athlete and, like, what hardships you faced in that world. Like, what were some of the challenges that, like, you feel like a lot of skaters or anybody who's, like, a professional athlete would be like, oh, yeah, when you're dating someone who's not in that world, they would never get this.
Having to understand, like, how tired you are after a day. Because for them, it seems, okay, well, you just have to go skate, you know, da-da-da-da-da, and do all this. And, like, you know, why are you so tired? Or, like, why is this a problem? Like, I know for me, because I've dated when I skated, you know, I had 2 relationships during that time. And one of them, they did skate. So, like, they did understand it. But then at the same time, it sucks dating someone in the skating world. Because it's like... oh, everyone knows everything about you. Like in skating, like everyone knows everything about everyone. Okay, like everyone's all up in everyone's shit. There's so much drama. It's like a high school. Like skating is objectively just like a big old high school across like a couple different states.
That's every, and the thing is, I wish I understood this earlier, that adults aren't adults.
No.
They didn't fucking change. No one grew up. Everyone just has more responsibilities, and that's it. Everyone still feels the same things. They act the same way. Like, fucking Becky is mad that Shelby didn't invite her to fucking dinner, and now they're not talking anymore. Like,
oh my god, yeah, like mama's drama. Like I love hearing mom's drama.
Mom has the funniest drama. Why are you chugging it like that? Are you doing shots right now? What's the purpose of any stopping?
It's to mix it up, Cameron, because I'm plugging the hole and putting my mouth over this.
So you just fucking go like. Do other girls do this?
Mandy did the other day on FaceTime. We were actually doing it together on the phone. I'll do it.
How?
Anyways, skating is so like okay. For instance, this is something that was real fucked up. One time, we had like Saturday workout. Cool. And because my friend at the time, she wasn't even my friend. It was just this girl who was kind of around our age.
Who?
Nadia.
Ah.
Popped a jump.
What does that mean?
Okay, sorry. So popping a jump means if you're supposed to go up in the air and rotate 3 times and you only do 1 rotation. So you're popping it. Like you're bailing out. It's like a bailout.
Okay.
So she bailed.
Gotcha.
And it was between me and her, and our coach told us, like, if every time you pop, you're going to have to run extra on Saturday.
Nice.
So this girl thinks it's a fucking joke. It's not a fucking joke. And I don't know why I was wrapped into this. Literally just because it was me, Mandy, this other girl, and Nadia. And just because we knew Nadia, and we were around the same, like, friend group, we all had to run outside in Colorado. It was 90 degrees this day. Mind you, all of us are highly starved. Like, genuinely, like, our bodies are literally falling apart. had to run for an hour straight while all the other girls and all the other boys just did like a HIIT workout. Then, after the hour of running outside, she looks at us and goes, okay, HIIT workout now. She made me do a 30-minute workout. This is how intense this workout was on a Saturday for me. I was, first of all, crying while running. I think actually all of us cried at one point while running. My whole body felt like it was going to break. I weighed myself that morning, and I got back and I weighed myself after that workout, and I lost 2 pounds in one workout. I'm not kidding. That's not normal. You should not have to do that. And that was objectively just because I was in the same.
Especially when you're so tiny, like the percentage of your body weight.
You have no idea. I've had some mean ass partners.
Yes,
with people.
I know you, and I've heard the stories of that.
Oh my God.
Them just being like feeling a little heavy today.
Oh my, no, that was like normal.
But that's
that one. You think that one's bad?
That's still mean. Like
that's so crazy.
If I said
to
that
me.
to like any girl that I knew, picked her up and was like,
oh my God, no, they would literally lift me and go, "You feel heavy today," and I would just be like,
you just try to cry a little bit.
I drink water. Like I don't know because and then like there's always like the good pair of boys and then like the assholes, right? Like there was always those ones, and like the good ones would be like nice and like there was this one kid who would like give us pretzels in the locker room because we were like dying of like starvation.
It's like homeless people. He was the little guy. Like
yeah, I've been called a hippo by my coach. Just objectively fat. Mind you, at this point, I never got above 120. Ever. And I'm 5'5". Ever. I never once got above 120.
I just don't understand why coaches or why people in positions of authority feel the need to demean somebody in order of getting a better performance out of them.
Because there's something wrong with them.
I know. It's just, I feel like it's just a...
I've had some great coaches, though. Like, when I was in California, like, really, they were good. Like, I don't know how they were all cool. And they were all, like skating objectively in California wasn't really as bad. Like, wasn't really the bad. Because I think about it, and I'm like, God, why do I feel like skating was so terrible? It's because when I lived in fucking Colorado, that shit was terrible. And it was so many things are like, for instance, when we were traveling to Junior Worlds, we literally had to like do laps around the airport, and I was only ever allowed to eat fruit on a whole travel day to like Croatia. I was allowed to eat fruit. I ate like 2 meals. And then I also, before this competition for a month, ate 500 calories or less every single day for a month of my life and worked out every single day. She told me I lost that weight. I lost like 10 pounds in the span of a month.
You're like, I got
I did it though. I did it strong. Then I gained that shit all back after quarantine. I was eating I ate over quarantine, and Cameron knows this because my body was so deprived of food. I'm not playing one night. We went out and he was like, do you want to get like, I don't know, pizza or something? I'm like, yeah. I must have eaten half of a whole pizza and a whole thing of Krispy Kreme donuts. I can't eat that now, but it's because my body was so massively deprived of like food. I think it was like craving food, and all I wanted to do was eat. And that was it.
There's something about just instilling healthy eating habits in people. Even I like didn't eat the best. Like everyone has their own ways of fucking up their food. Like there was at one point to where I thought it was a good idea to work out and then eat 2 full Little Caesars pizzas. What's so fucking funny about that?
Sorry.
But
Nothing.
I mean, I did that shit and I got pretty, I got big. I was strong, but like still, my goal was never just to be healthy because that was never taught to me.
No.
Like, and it's
They
so
just
weird.
taught
'Cause
be skinny.
Well, everyone teaches you to like be healthy, but they don't tell you what that actually looks like.
It's your vegetables. It's like, okay, well, you need protein, you need fats, you need good, like, healthy carbs.
People don't talk about how important, meat's great for you.
Muscle mass on your body.
Muscle mass is like the defining factor of death. Like if you have muscle.
Sorry, I was bitching to Mandy about this. When I skated, all they would tell you is do cardio, eat less. And I'm fucking pissed because if they would have told us eat high protein and start lifting weights, you would have been so much tinier, and you would. I eat 10 times. 10 times. Yes, Cameron, more than I ever used to eat when I skated. Mm-hmm. Obviously not when I was a kid, but around the ages.
Yeah.
And I look better, and I'm more muscular. And yeah, obviously when I was a skating, I have to like I guess cut down a little bit. But like I would be able to still eat so much more and fuel my body. And I remember my friends and I literally used to look at some girls who were skinny and be like, how the fuck can they eat? Like how are they able to eat? Like where does this happen? Mm-hmm. The fuck, I eat a chip and I'm literally like 10 pounds heavier. Like my weight also at that point would fluctuate crazy amounts. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, I don't get it. Like how are they gonna do this? And it's because they had muscle mass on their bodies and also they weren't going through fucking puberty.
Yeah.
your hormones are changing. Like after you get to 18, your body kind of, as women, kind of starts to out. And then I guess apparently like when you hit 20 again, it kind of goes through another little thing. But like between 15 and 17, your body is going fucking haywire. Like you're starting to get your period, all these other things.
Same.
And like, same?
Yeah.
Got your period?
Yeah.
What was your period story, Cameron?
Oh, I just woke up one day. I sounded like this. Grew massive boobs.
Massive titties.
Massive titties.
I heard bee pollen could help that. I'm asking for a friend.
Wait a fucking minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some. Either way. And then, I don't know, what other questions do you have about skating? I don't know, because for me, it's something so...
Well, okay, but with
normal.
with relationships, so like they wouldn't understand how
was the
tired you are. I know we like totally fucking went over that. They wouldn't understand how hard they were. I mean, what else? Like,
Okay, so there's two, because I've dated both a skater and a non-skater.
yeah,
Dating a non-skater, it's very hard to try to explain the struggles of skating to someone when they don't know it, which is valid because, I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know everything about the film world, but it can get frustrating because, like, you have all of these struggles from skating, and then you want to come home to your partner and explain them, right? But then you have the opposite side where you date a skater, and, like, they're just like, oh, well, like, oh, I can do that. Or, like, something, and you're like, okay, well, good for you, fuckface.
gold star.
You're also a pair boy. You will never understand what it's like to be a pair girl. Pair girls get shit on. Like, oh my God. Like, bottom tier. Like, for real. Like, fuck you. Like, if you're a pair girl. Because they hate you. Like, because you're fucking irreplaceable. There's so many girls in skating. There's not many boys. So boys are, like, treasured like these fucking flowers.
They almost have like an entitlement to them.
Oh, no. Yes. Not almost. They do.
They do.
And girls, it's like, I just need a partner and I want to be good. And, like, you can be a great pair skater and still, like, get shit on. And then, like, if you're fighting with your partner at the time you're skating, that's fucking miserable.
Oh, because they'll just throw you. I know you've just been thrown before. Or, like, they'll just not catch you on the way down.
I have literally been up in the air.
You just eat shit.
And just thrown down on lifts. Or, like, thrown purposefully wrong. Or one time I was skating with this, I was, like, 12. Full blown, like, punched me in the face. This man was, like, 22. So, like, none of these things
Kate's like, about. I'm not traumatized. You're traumatized.
I'm not traumatized. You're traumatized. But you get this hierarchy as being a pair boy. But if you're fighting with, like, your significant other, right, and then you have to go skate. It's this whole thing where it's like, because you're on the ice, you can't fucking be texting them, you know, and whatever. And then the whole session, like, you're trying to not be distracted by what's going on in your personal life. So that's what skating did teach me. It teaches you how the fuck to separate work from personal life. Because fuck, you have to learn or you're going to be eating shit 24/7. Like, you're going to be falling on your face, eating shit, wanting to die. And then it's like, basically as a pair girl, it's really hard because I think a lot of, I mean, I don't know for sure, but most, you feel like worthless, like literally, like there's nothing, you have no value. And I think being out of the sport, or you're like terrified to say anything. And now that I'm out of the sport, I like, it like makes me want to go back in and just be like, no. Like, I just want to look at a coach and be like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Or like when my coach was like, you need to lose 7 pounds in a week.
Well, it's like having health. I think having healthy boundaries in any situation is like super important because if you're able to, you know, in a sense, show your teeth and be like, no, I'm not okay with this, or I'm not going to do that. So
you can, but then you don't get lessons.
Yeah, no, and that's fine.
That's the thing.
But for me, it's like let's say if I'm on set and I have like, because I deal with like A-list celebrities sometimes and like big personalities and all kinds of people in the world, and some are just fucking dickheads. Like there are like fucking assholes out there, and there are times where I start to get really, really angry, and I'll just want to lose my shit. But I'll have to remind myself, I'm like, Cameron, you could just leave. If someone is invading your space or invading anything about you, you can just leave. And then you'd be like, well, you know, I won't get the job, or like, no, you're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, I used to. The thing was with skating, like you can't just leave, right? But like you gotta go there again the next day. You're with those same group of people. Also the drama in skating.
I can imagine it's a lot.
My Lord. Because you're with that same group of people for years on end. We're all on this high intense, high stress level sport. We're all fucking angry. Like my friend Mandy told me, like also I hated skating the whole fucking time I did it. I never liked it. I just kind of felt like I had to do it. And he was reminded me how I'd come like the locker room in Colorado, and I would just bitch
You
dude,
just-
the whole time. I'd get in there, be like, I won't fucking do this. I'm like tie my skates. I'm like, I hate this fucking shit. And I have a terrible session of like, throw my shit. I'd be like, this is so stupid. And I would like run out of the rink because if longer you're in that rink, the more chances you're gonna have to do something else. I could get out of that rink within the span of 2 minutes from stepping off that ice and out. Because
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be here. Like I hate this, but I loved like having the friends and the social life, and like you're always there's like the parties, like that part was great. But I don't know if you have a kid and you think about putting him in skating, don't unless you know the coach first and make sure you really know that coach. And if they have any sort of anything on the internet, it's probably true. They probably did it to those people.
You're like, yes.
And your kid will go through it, and don't do it. If that camp or coach, whatever, seems great, maybe interview. I don't know, but be more cautious where you put your kids, honestly. Because I know my mom has a ton of regrets, even though she didn't know, kind of. But like, she's like, why the fuck did I?
Well, I mean, it's hard to give context to it because like you can, like people say shit about Ben. People say shit about me. Like it's hard to
figure out what's true, and that's same with skating too. I mean,
yeah. I mean, there's so many different opinions out there.
I think it's hard for coaches. I'm saying like bad. You know what I mean? Like those.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
like,
there's
bad allegations people have. Like, listen to those allegations. They're not fake. For it to become an allegation, they have to go through a whole thing.
yeah. I mean, just
Don't put your kid there.
listen. Give context, and also I think it's important to just be self-aware enough. If you're wanting to influence anybody to do anything, be self-aware enough to know that you're not doing something for you. You're doing something for them.
Yeah.
So you have to be like completely selfish in that selfless. English.
Wow,
I
holy
can't.
shit.
English is just not happening today. You gotta be selfless in that act. So, but something that I heard and I realized that I really enjoy is that when a human being has high autonomy in a super high stress situation, so like let's say you were, the world's best athlete and you got to call all the shots and you love it, you would perform very, very well. You have the exact same situation. Nothing's changed, but now the person has low autonomy. They have to be there. They don't have a choice. Like they don't really want to do it and they have nothing there. This person will break. This person will achieve great things. And it's
I
all
was
about
the person who didn't want to be there.
It's because the autonomy. You felt like you didn't have the autonomy.
I didn't have a choice. I didn't. Not like I didn't feel. I did not. I had to go to that fucking rink. I had to fucking skate with those partners. Okay, but also I don't say all my partners. I had some good partners. Like I had some really nice ones.
Yeah.
Like my previous one before I quit skating, he was sweet. He was always nice. He was never mean to me.
What are some good qualities that you think you learned from skating?
I think skating taught me, like I said, you got to separate work life from normal life. Mm-hmm. Hard work and pushing yourself. Because in doing something, even if you don't want to fucking do it, like just having work ethic in general, skating definitely teaches you. I think it teaches you how to deal with public situations because, after you skate, like I'd get interviewed and stuff. And like, regardless if you have a terrible skate and you're pissed, you got to smile and be like, it's okay. Like, we're going to come back better than ever and say some fuck shit. But it just teaches you how to, and I think it also teaches you empathy, honestly, because you know what all those people are going through and it's hard. And it is always hard to explain to someone truly the full concept of how hard it is mentally and physically to someone who wasn't in it. And it always will be because for me, that's just like, everything I say, it thinks so normal, but like, for instance, you just think it's so weird how, like, little things I say, you're like, oh yeah, that's fucking weird as hell. I'm like, I didn't think that one was weird. So for me, it's hard always to communicate how fucking horrible this sport was. But I think it also can be good. Like, if you get with a good coach and you have a good mindset and you honestly have a good power to say no and like you're securing yourself, you can make it good. Mm-hmm. But I think if you're in these terrible, situations at a young age and all these other things, like, and you're being manipulated into this is how things should be, it can be pretty shit. Like, shit.
Where do you think you would have been if you never would have skated?
I thought that question all the time. Like, would I've just been, I think I would have just been a normal kid. Like, gone to high school, like, had, girl drama, like, normal girl drama, stupid, like, high school boyfriend. You know what I mean? All those different things. But I mean, I still had those in skating. Actually, now that I think about it,
You had the
I
same
still had
shit.
all those things. Like skating, really, it's a high school. I'm telling you guys. But I don't know. I feel like I still would have done something athletic because I'm just a very athletic person. Like sports aren't hard for me to really pick up on unless it's tennis. I really suck at tennis. That's my kryptonite. Fuck tennis. But other things I can pick up on sports pretty easily. I'm pretty athletic. Like I've taught myself I taught myself like gymnastics things just because I wanted to as a kid. So I would have been in some sort of sport. But I think I would have, honestly, I think I would have been a lot less mentally strong. I think I would have been a lot more mentally weak. Because skating, I think, definitely builds up your mentality. Or just being in such a high pressure, high stress sport. It builds up your fucking mental, like hella.
Yeah. So you would just be
Me,
average.
but like mid. Also, I don't think I'd be funny because I think when people have a little bit of trauma, it makes them 10
That
times
makes you
funnier.
funny as shit. That's the best way to be funny.
That's how I'm funny. Okay, and I want to be so funny because I'm like, like you can joke about things because when you've been through, hardships or whatever, it's so much easier to like make jokes about it and be funny.
Yeah.
So I think I'd be a lot less funny, more mid. I'm not saying normal people are mid. I'm not saying that at all. But I think me personally, I would have been because I think I'm someone definitely have to be pushed to grow. Like life fucking gotta beat me the fuck down so I can get back up. Because if not, I'll stay very stagnant.
So aren't you glad that you did do skating then?
Orange, you glad? Sorry. Every time someone says that, I just think orange, you glad.
Aren't you glad?
I am glad. I am happy I did it. I'm like thankful, kind of. Like, we said like the other day how you like to praise the bad things that kind of happened to you. That's how I feel. It's like one of those things where it's like, fuck, that sport. Obviously, it was not all bad. I want to clarify that. It's not like every day I was being like fucking beaten and thrown and shoved. You know what I mean? But like, it wasn't great. But I'm happy it happened because I'm happy I learned so much from it. And I feel like it created the person I am the person I am today. And I love who I am today. So I'm thankful that I did it. But shit happens. I don't know.
I almost like have this idea whenever I raise kids that I don't want to, like, I want to protect them, but to an extent I don't, because like I know where I've gotten in my life is because of the hardships that I've had and when I fucked up and when I fell on my face. And
My kid's not gonna be a pussy.
well,
They're not.
I feel like just to have people to grow, you need to let somebody fully
Kids need
fail.
to learn from themselves. You can protect them. I think protect them from serious bad things, but I also think you can't be over your kid's shoulder the whole time, trying to help them through everything. Like, also, kids are not going to listen to they want to do the opposite of what you say as a parent.
Well, I know, like, because there's certain people that I meet that I don't know what it is exactly, but there's not that sense of like when I meet someone, I can tell they've been through pain. Like I can tell that something deep has happened.
I can look at someone and be like, you've been,
and you click with them.
Dude, people that have been through things, I can click with. People who haven't, it's kind of hard to sometimes because I'm like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's just hard.
Well, because I'll have conversations with somebody, and let's say it's pretty like surface level to an extent, and I'm trying to figure out more about them because really I want a conversation to go like, what makes you you, and what makes you you is the pain you've been through.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's your defining factors, really. So when that's established and I can have that understood, I'm like, oh, like this is great because now me and you can connect because we don't need to have the same experience. Like I don't need to have been in a traumatic car crash, but I felt pain before. Like I've had loss, like I've had these emotions, and now we can really click. Someone who's never really gone through much. And here's another thing too. Like let's say you are listening to this and you're like, well, I've had a great life so far. Like I haven't done anything. You can pursue chosen pain. You can pursue things that are hard and that are challenging, and you can do that by a choice. And when you do that, that'll create those emotions and those feelings. Because, dude, it is violent going on a run and then puking afterward. That is terrible.
I'm telling you, that hour run I did, that one workout, I was talking to Mandy. That was the damn near hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire fucking life. Because I was so dehydrated.
They're hard.
So starved. Like, that was one of the hardest workouts. I just remember, like, that's what I imagine hell feeling like. Like, it's
the hell
hard.
is the hour run in Colorado.
And the hit outside. We had to do it was an hour and 30-minute workout nonstop of cardio.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand other people go through that. It's like, okay, it's not that bad. But I'm like, okay, let me just explain myself. we were so malnourished. Not like someone wasn't letting us eat, but like we malnourished ourselves because most pair girls in the world had an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Very few pair girls don't have eating disorders. Sorry to out all y'all, but damn, I know it's true. But you know what I mean? So that's why we were so dehydrated. All these other things where now maybe if I didn't want to be so bad because I have a better mindset and I'm older and, all these other things. But also like you just said, if someone's sitting there and you think, well, I've had a good life, their problems seem worse. You also have to understand just because, let's say, I've been in a horrible car accident and you just got into a fender bender, right? Yes, objectively that one's worse, the car. But that is what that's the worst pain you felt. So for you, that is your trauma, right? Like it's like when someone comes to you and let's say you've been through something terrible and they come to you and they're like, oh, like it was really hard for me, like all these other things. And you're looking at them like, it's a fucking walk in the park. Well, like, shut up. But for them, that is what they know trauma to be, and that's their hardest hardship. And it doesn't mean that they didn't grow from it and that they didn't feel that pain and experience all that, because for them, they've still gone through it. And it doesn't mean that, like, you also need to understand people that look picture perfect from the outside. I know you'll relate to this. A lot of times have the most shit going on.
Yeah.
And money does not mean everything's perfect and you're fine and all this. And I fucking hate that because I've always gone with money, and I've explained to people, like, sometimes when something really bad happens, and I've been told so many times, well, like, oh, you have money though, so like, why are you complaining?
Well, no,
like,
money doesn't.
You have a roof over your head. It's like, yes, and I'm very thankful for those things, but that does not mean that my experiences that I've had that are upsetting to me and have been hurtful, and I grew from them, are not trauma. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't invalidate those feelings. I hate that.
No, I think there's a point to where you need to identify that, like, everyone's view of trauma is different and it's not always going to be to the same extent. But there's a similar conversation that coincides with that, of that to be a human being means you kind of need to have tougher skin, and to live is the pursuit of building tougher skin. You're building tough skin.
You gotta have tough skin, dude.
You have to pursue that.
You need to be able to take a fucking joke.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you pursue hard things in your life, like if that is your choice to do that and seek out pain, like this morning I woke up and was taking a shower, and every day I, like, at the end of it, I just make it cold as shit just to a little bit of
pain,
just to do it. And I feel amazing afterward, but God, I was in there and I said out loud, I was like, I don't want to fucking do this. And then I went, and I was like, this.
Fuck.
No, and you're like,
but that's what you need to do. You need to go through situations where you don't want to do something and you fucking, like, there's nothing in the world that makes you want to do it, but you got to do it and you do it and you get through it. That's what teaches you. Things get better. It will be okay. And it can go from any part of your life, from getting through a depression, getting through a breakup, getting through anything in your life.
And those are things that, like, money doesn't matter, race doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is that it's a fucking hard thing that we're doing.
It's a hard thing that we're doing. And at the end of the day, it's like, everyone's human. We're like we are a species.
We can all bleed. We can all, like, it's not, there's a certain severity that some people think, like, yes, life is really serious. And I'm a pretty intense human being innately. Like, I have a lot of that.
Don't feel like you're intense.
A lot of people, I get it a lot. They're like, you're
it's probably just my brother. It's like when people think like a dad is intense and they're like,
like,
that's goofy as hell.
This is dad.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Goofy. Like, what do you mean? Like, I can go up and be like, slap him upside the head, be like, what's up?
Bitch.
What's up, bitch?
You're like, ugh.
But, I mean, I guess, do you think I'm intense?
No, I don't feel like I've really seen you in many situations with friends.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like, I've seen you, I'm trying to think of all the friends I've seen you with.
You came out to California
with the same 5 people.
That's my friend group.
But I've never seen you, like, with other humans outside of that, really. I've seen you at bars every once in a while. Did that. No, you weren't. I don't think you're not intense. You're just kind of.
People think I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not I'm being a bitch. I'm just sarcastic. I'm very
snarky,
I'm
too.
the most sarcastic motherfucker on the planet Earth. Like, you could just be like, oh, is there a bathroom? I'll be like, no. And they think I'm like being an asshole because it's just I've been taught from a kid, if you ask a stupid question, you're going to get a stupid answer. And now I just think it's funny as fuck. Like, when someone says something, I'll just stare at them like. And again, my facial expressions, they get me in trouble because I can't control them. And then people think I'm a bitch. And I'm not being a bitch. I'm just sarcastic and, I don't know, read my sarcasm and I won't be so bitchy. I promise.
Well, I think it's just not taking everything so seriously. That's the biggest thing.
I
Like
feel like I'm the least serious person out there.
I'm very.
I could literally be going into war and I'd be like, damn, double homicide.
You'd be riding the tank saying, "Woo!"
We're gonna take it and be like, this is a little fucked up, huh? Like that type of thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying war is not serious.
No.
Clarify that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like I don't think I don't see the reason to take every situation super super seriously because the fuck why am I sit there and be like I have to do this? Like why?
Well,
Why not just joke around about it?
I think you need to not. There's a lot of people that I meet that I think just need to take them. Sorry. There's a lot of people I meet that just need to take themselves less serious. Like it's
Yes.
okay laughing at yourself. You need to laugh at yourself. It's okay fucking up. Like there's a study done that shows to where if you like make a fool of yourself to an extent, people are like, oh, he's more trustworthy. Like he's nicer. Like
Maybe that's because I've always been told I look someone like people just trust me with things when they tell me things.
because you
always
make
tell
fun
me
of
that.
yourself.
Probably because I fucking clown myself all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, and I'm very open about things, so I think they're like, oh. And I mean, at the end of the day, I am pretty trustworthy. Like I kind of live by like if they tell me they trusted me enough to tell me something, so I'm not gonna go spread their fucking dirty laundry around.
Yeah.
Unless it's like something funny, like they don't care if I say it.
Dude, our family, just for context, our family, like, there's almost nothing. Like, we'll talk to each other and be like, hey, don't tell anyone. And like 2 minutes later, we get a text from like
Our
mom.
family
or
is like
fucking
the
Chase.
biggest gossip group.
It's so bad.
And there's like, oh my God, like my family can find out about anything about me. I could tell the fly on my wall.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker, somehow Cameron finds out. And then Cameron tells Chase. And then somehow my whole family then knows. But then it won't leave the family. It just stays in our family. And then,
But then we all just
like,
shit on each other.
it's like, we know something you don't know.
It's always funny when the whole family
think my
knows
mom
it,
finds out
but then
about
you
things.
don't know that everyone knows it.
Oh my God, I
That's
hate
the funny.
that.
You're like,
I hate that. That was like when I got back together with my ex, like all of you knew. Like when we broke up and then got back together and all of you knew, but I was like, well, no, we're friends. And you guys were like, yeah, really? Friends.
That was such bullshit. Every time you would tell me shit, I'm like, you're full of shit.
No, I was mad full of shit. Like, but
Well, it's good too that your family should.
Live and
I
you
think
learn.
family should keep you accountable. Like
oh, you guys, we are real as fuck with each other, and like,
you need that.
yeah, it might be like, oh, well, like my sibling is rude, but also at the end, it's your sibling. So especially with your sisters, Maddie and I could be screaming, fighting, puking, throwing up about a pair of shorts that she stole from me. And I know this. I know she has them.
You're like motherfucker.
So she doesn't, and I'm convinced.
That's a lot of my clothes have gone missing from them.
They just hoard clothes.
They just
So we got into a fight, literally, like full blown, like she's like fucking walking, pacing. I'm like, gotta get the fuck out, like you know what I mean?
you're screaming.
I'm not playing. It was like 7 minutes later. I was like, relax. I gave her a hug. She's like,
They're having a mental breakdown.
okay, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm sorry too.
We're fucking short.
And then we were fine. And then we were giggling and like laughing and getting ready and listening to music. We were listening to like Olivia Rodrigo. Like we
Yeah.
were fine because it's your sibling and you can be real with them. And that, honestly, I love having siblings. Like as a kid, I remember being like, I want to be an only kid because you guys were mean.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, I am so grateful that I have siblings because it's literally like a built-in best friend. That's, you know, you can, and they're always going to stand by your side no matter what because there's that unconditional love.
Well, I think the job of a sibling is to be transparent with your siblings. I think it's important to want the best for them, especially if you're the oldest. It's super important to be like, guys, like the reason I'm the way I am to you guys is I'm like, just listen because I've been there, I've done it, and I want you to do good. And here's the thing too, I don't benefit at all from any of the things I say. I'm not going to gain a thing. Like there's literally zero, I gain nothing from any of this. So why not do better? And why not believe that what I'm saying is like for you to truly be the best version of you can?
I know. That's how I felt with like the twins. Because the twins are the only ones who like aren't technically older siblings. But twins, I would just be like, listen, I promise you.
Yeah.
Or I would just be like, that girl's fake. Like I call it every time. Maddie will like tell me about a friend or something, I'm like, fake. She's
No.
like, no, da-da-da. And I'm like, then like 2 months later, she's like, ugh, that girl. And I'm like,
No, it's like a skill
but they
you
gotta
have.
live and learn. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna sit there and hound them and be like, you have to blah, blah, and make their lives hell.
You just
I'm
make
gonna
it
tell them-
aware. Well, it's like same
I'm
with
gonna
you
tell
guys. Like I'll meet someone. Like let's say I meet one of Maddie's boyfriends or Kelly's boyfriends. I'm like, this guy's a piece of shit. And I'll just tell her. I'll be like, the fuck
Like,
this.
he's not gonna last.
And then it doesn't work.
And then it doesn't work because
like,
you just
oh.
know. But also in the moment, I know that they have to like, same with me. You tell me things. No. And I'll be like, no, Cameron. And you're like, all right. And then I call you and you're like, no shit. Idiot.
I'm not gonna lie. It's not relieving.
It is.
It's
It's a
kinda-
little. It's a little like. You just feel proud sometimes when they call you and you're right. You're just like,
Well, they call you and you're like, Cameron, like
called you
this
crying,
just
I was like,
happened. And while you're saying it, it takes everything in me not to just scream, I fucking told you so.
when I called
takes
you,
everything
oh
in
my God,
me.
I was like waiting for the I told you so. I was like, please don't do this to me right now, Cameron. I just like found out like 0.5.
No, I know. And that's why I was like, let me just let you feel this right now. Let you take in the moment. I'll tell you later as a joke.
I took it in.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too, I feel like you're self-aware enough to know like you should know when someone knows they fucked up. Like, and you don't need to rub it in their face. You'd be like, you know what? I know you're hurting right now, so I'm just gonna let you do it.
There's nothing more embarrassing than preaching to your family and your friends about something, either a friend or a relationship. Like, no, guys, I swear. And then in the end, it doesn't work out, and you just have to call them and be like, oh, God, I look so stupid.
You gotta swallow the pride a little bit.
You know, it is a fucking, that's a big ass pill.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta swallow that motherfucker. It's just like, so, we live and learn, live, laugh, love. Like, a fucking TJ Maxx bathroom quote. Like, I swear. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I want to get on the topic of cheating. I want to talk about if you're a man or a girl out there and you are ever thinking about cheating on your partner or doing anything, just break up with them. That's the mature thing.
I think, like,
I don't know why people. I have never.
Well, emotional cheating. That was something that I wasn't like innately aware of until like.
Yeah, until you realized.
Until you learned about it, and I like learned.
Yeah, like just fucking a bitch ain't cheating, but there's so many other forms.
Well, yeah, it's like
if you're pursuing anyone other than the
confiding
person.
in somebody else, even just like needing intimacy, not even in a sexual sense, just needing intimacy from someone else.
Where you're like, sending good morning, good night, like those type of things. If you're pursuing any other human that is not the person you're with, that's cheating. Yeah, honestly. Or if not, and if you don't even classify it, okay, you wait, they will. Because they're already on that road.
We need to be honest with yourself. Like that's one thing. Like I'll admit I fucked up because there was a few times where like maybe I was because I've always been like a super open person, and I didn't realize that that's like that. Like being that intimate with somebody else can be considered something negative.
Well, also I think if anything if it makes your significant
and
other
if they're really uncomfortable too,
that's something you should.
Well, especially if you get angry about it, because if you get angry over something, that means you're having a response to it, and that's a good telling sign. Like if someone confronts you about something and you're really really angry and upset about it, it probably means they hit a nerve, and there might be a little bit of truth in there.
Also, those TikToks where they say if your man constantly thinks that like you're cheating on him and you're really not doing anything, he's deflecting. It's true.
Yeah. Yep.
Listen to those TikToks. It's not like you're the one in the millionth. That really nope. It's true.
Yeah, there's a lot of common themes in society, and
he's cheating on you. He's doing something. Same with a woman. If she's
always like, you're cheating on me. You're like, okay.
Obviously, there's like a, hey, like, are you, or whatever. Like, just be like, But also, I don't know because women, we know. I don't explain it. There is like just like this feeling and like suspicion out of nowhere where you're just like, something's not right. And it's not enough to accuse them. So then you're just kind of like, hey, can I see your phone? Or like, what are you doing?
You're like, wait a minute.
Let me like go through his phone. Let me, all these other things. And it's like, we just know. And then it always comes out. First of all, men are stupid. Men are dumb. They cheat stupid.
Really, if you, like I said, if you have nothing to hide, then why would you not give your girlfriend your phone? Like what?
Or if you do, but then it's like, what? They try flipping out.
You've already shit the can.
That should be your answer.
When you fucking start freaking out, that's when you lost your shit.
Because think about it. I could carry my phone right now, and I wouldn't care how long he's on my phone for because we're siblings. It's not like he's gonna find anything on. Yeah, he's not gonna find anything on my phone. Like,
remember that one time I read your diary?
That was so mean.
So she has a diary.
I don't have a diary. It's a journal.
It's a journal, and at the end of it, it had like 3 rating sections where it was let me happiness.
Explain. Every single day, I put down for a little bit like. Just like how my happiness was that day, how my health was, and like gratitude or something. And I just put like a.
And you give it a score.
And he sends me I scored it. What do you want to do? I give me a score and then I'll give a paragraph.
There were a few days where I was like, she's really eating shit right now. And I was just sitting over here reading it, and I was like, this is great. She's like, today felt really bad. 1 out of 10. And I was like, okay.
Because sometimes I'd be like so sad. I'm like, I don't even want to write right now, but I'm trying to better myself. I was like, I hate my existence.
I feel like there was one page where it was like a teardrop on it, and I was like, ooh, this was. like,
that was that 1 out of 10 day. That was a bad day. But then Cameron also did send me a text out of nowhere. He goes, "Hey," I go, "Hey, can you rate your happiness, health, and gratitude on a scale of 10?" And I was like, "What?"
what do you mean?
And he was like 1 out of 10. And I go, "Get the fuck out of my shit, Cameron." Because this is when I was going on a trip and he was like staying, I let him like stay at my place. And wow, that felt like I'm not gonna lie, that's a little invasion of privacy, Cameron.
Funny as shit.
I would have done the same thing to
I
Cameron.
know.
I would have done the
We've
same
done the
thing.
exact same thing. No, all of us would have. What is there to hide? Like,
Especially as your sibling, like,
dude, I've never understood why people don't just share everything with their family. Like, what's the point?
I'm so open. We are so open with our family.
Unless, like, I get it if your family's like there's certain siblings that I maybe don't talk to all the time because, maybe I can say things and they'll be a little angry about it or,
Yeah,
But,
like you guys just aren't as like, but that's fine.
but like Caroline and Maddie, it's like everybody just, if you understand the person and the dynamic there, I feel like if you just get to a point where you're not so caught up in like what they think of you, which I really don't give a shit what any of you guys think of me. I mean,
Yeah.
none of us really do. All of us kind of just do our own thing. And
Why would you care what the fuck your sibling thinks of you? Yeah, you care to the extent, like, I hope they don't think I'm a piece of shit. But, like, you're not, like, walking out being like, I wonder if my siblings can think I look ugly today. And I think people need to start putting that in perspective with their friendships. Just being like, would you care if you're, like, would you give a fuck if if your family was here? No, because they're family. Okay, well, you need your friends. Like, I was telling, you always have, like, your friends, and then you have, like, your friends that are, like, family, right? Like, Aiden, Nina, and Mandy, like, those are, like, family, because I've known them for so long.
Well, and when you're adopted, too, like, that's your family. Like,
Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. I'm sorry.
No,
Out of nowhere, I was
saying,
like, am I adopted?
No, I'm just saying, like, blood isn't, like, some people say, like, blood is everything.
Like, chosen family.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, you can still choose your family. Like, there's people that I hang out with every single day, and I'm like, no, they're like family now. Like,
No, really, like, they're like, I could fucking do the dumbest shit, and I wouldn't care. I would just laugh about it.
Yeah.
And, like, I can, that's what I mean when I say, like
I'm never anxious that, like, you're not going to be my friend anymore. Like, or I'm going to say something, it's like, oh, they're not going to talk to me again.
I don't know. You didn't talk to me for 4 years, so.
I didn't not talk to you.
I need to be in the mic for this bitch. You grunted at me for 4 fucking years of my existence.
You know what? We all went through phases. I was in my silence phase.
Take an oath.
Took an oath.
Who was that oath
I feel
for?
like I talked to you guys. I must have said something to you.
Cameron.
Dude,
No.
my entire
I can't
family.
remember one conversation ever that we had because actually you might have said, "Get out of my room." Maybe.
Yeah, I probably said that a lot.
Or just get out. Yeah, you probably shortened it too. It's just like
Out.
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 Out. Now.
And then eventually just turned to,
No, really. Because like that's when you were in like your whole video game era. Like,
yeah.
you're a big gamer guy. And like you just sat in your room, video games, you'd come down for dinner, and we were also all younger, and we were also 4 years apart. And when you're a kid, those are it seems a whole lot older.
When I was like as a kid, the reason I probably didn't talk to you guys is I was just angry at myself. Like it was all just me not like I was probably a little insecure and like saying different things. Like it was all internal dialogue.
Yeah, and we're also like 4 years. The twins and I at the time, I'm 4 years younger. They're 6 years younger. For you, you're like, I'm angry at myself. I'm angry at the world. And you guys playing fucking Barbies outside my room, trying to get me to play with you, is pissing me the fuck off.
Yeah.
We used to always get Cameron to try to, or like we would just like fuck with Cameron because like he didn't talk, and like Cameron like at least with the twins, obviously like our brother, of course, like brothers, whatever, get all angry at each other. But like with Cameron, Maddie, and I, he would just be like he'd just look at us. And we were like, yes, sir.
You're like, yep.
Like,
okay.
Yes, Sergeant. And we just walk away, but like we would like fuck with him. So we'd like bang on his door and like run away. And like we thought it was so funny, like all the time. We thought it was hilarious.
Oh my God. It used to piss me off sometimes. I would like try to be sleeping in and you guys would come in and just fucking like be like
oh,
hey,
Christmas
Cameron.
morning.
Dude,
Ooh,
oh my God. I got to a certain age of Christmas where I was just like, if you come in here, I'm going to beat their ass. I want to sleep. Because you guys wake up like 4 a.m.
No, we would, because our rule was first one to wake up wakes everyone up. And then we separate the presents. We wait a little bit. We make mom and dad coffee. We go in the room and we fucking wake their asses up. They grunt at us a little bit. Say, get out here. Dad puts on his little Santa hat, walks out. We open up presents. There was also Christmas. How much time do we have, by the way, right now? I'm just thinking.
We're at an hour right now.
Okay, I just want to finish this one last story.
Okay.
One time, so we've had a couple Christmases that kind of Christmas morning is always amazing.
Yeah.
But somewhere through the rest of the day, things go wrong. For instance, one Christmas, every single one of us girls had lice. Like horrible lice
Oh my
infestation.
God.
So bad. We were up Christmas Day until damn 2 a.m. with Dad going to the store. He must have bought 7 lice kits. Caroline, Maddie, and I's head were infested because of the
Everyone was
fucking
just
twins.
freaking the hell out.
And then Caroline got it again. One time Caroline Colin's gonna kill me for saying this, but she had lice. We were younger though, but she had lice, and I asked her to give me a back rub. And I was like, Caroline, please, I'll pay you. She's like, all right, fine. And she goes, there's a lice bug on your back. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Ew, get it off
Cover
me.
her hair.
It jumped out of her head onto my back.
Oh my
A
God.
fucking lice bug. That's so nasty.
That's nasty.
Oh my God, it made me like,
Yeah.
I don't do bugs.
No, same. That's
I get it. You know what? I will take a life. A bug.
bugs.
A cockroach?
Those are bad.
I don't do cockroach. Those things. I saw one for the first time. In a long time. Like saw one like up close. They're like so. Makes you literally get cold chills.
Good.
No,
yeah,
it's.
you
I
seem
feel like
you're
I'm
having
going.
a moment there.
Oh, it's so nasty to me. Like I don't understand. Like you see those people on TikTok having those like pets and shit. They're like holding it.
It gets nasty.
It's fucked up. Not gonna lie. Anyways,
I was gonna say. So, out of all the siblings, where do you? Yeah, I'm curious, just like your thoughts on like general overview of the siblings of like.
I think we're all funny. I think we are all very close. I think we all have a little sparkle. It's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
We have a little sparkle. Honestly, I love how close I love like our siblings, like our little. It's like our little group. Like we're all cool with each other. Yeah, we fight. Yeah, of course, there's always drama. We're family. Some kids start more than others, but I like it. I don't know. And
I just want everyone to be old enough so we can all go out to a bar together. Because I think we could show out.
Dude, I'm getting Maddie a fucking fake. I swear to
Don't
God.
say that here.
I'm not getting Maddie a fake.
But no, I think it'd be like, I would love just go out to a bar and just like, because I feel like our family would just like run, like we would have such a good time together.
We would run the bar.
Because none of us, like, I get a lot more confidence when I'm around like you
If
or like.
I'm with someone that I'm close to, like someone
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable with, like
my
Aiden,
confidence
Nina,
goes
you,
up.
Mandy, even like Ellie. Ellie, she's still like a new friendship too, and she has a lot of friends I don't know. So sometimes I get, because I get very anxious in like those type of situations.
No, same. I mean,
I get really like when I know one person from a friend group, but like they know everyone else. I'm like, because I'm the odd one out.
No.
I am that one, and I'm like, if Nina was even there, I'd be fine. Because out of nowhere, I have so much more confidence to go talk to these people, and I say, like, hey, what's up? Yo, I'm Ellie. All these other things. Like she's cool. Like she'll introduce me, and then be like, yo, it's my friend Kate. Da da da. And like I know them, but like I don't know them. You know what I mean? Because I'm only meeting them in like a party setting.
my friends say the exact same thing. Like with them, I'm like super outgoing. I'm loud. I'm funny. Everything. But if I'm like in a group of friends,
Same.
I'm quiet as shit.
I am
I'm like silent. People are like, "What's your name, Cameron?"
I'd be like, oh, my name's Kate. Oh, cool. And I'll make like small talk, but then I can only do small talk for so long. Because then I'm like, oh, fuck, I hate this call.
Yeah, and then you just get tired of it, and you're like, "Guys, come on."
I'm like, okay, I ran out of things to say.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know you really. Like that's where the worst feeling. Like when you go out and fucking like in a group and like you're the odd one out. That shit makes me anxious. Like tonight, I'm supposed to go to Ellie's. It's some sort of, I don't know, like pre-game birthday something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm so anxious. Oh my God, because it's her birthday. Everyone there knows her. I don't know.
You only know her.
I'm about to bring you. I'm not even playing. You about to come with. I'm about to be like, I'm bringing Cameron. Can I? You want to come out? Go out tonight?
What time is
Please come
it?
with me. It doesn't start till like 10.
Fuck.
I know these people.
Don't you have bedtimes?
I'm old as hell, and
No,
I know
same,
it's bad.
like-
It's also because I've already done everything. But I forget how late I'm pretty sure like the pre-game starts
No,
at like
there's people I know
9:30,
who don't
10.
go to bars until midnight.
No, that's them. No, they didn't go. Like last time we went out, we didn't get to the bar until 12.
And I'm like, I want to be in
then
bed
there
by
was
midnight.
an after party, and that started at 2. And I literally was like, I'm leaving. I need to go to bed. I wasn't even drunk. I was just like, and especially when you're not like fucked up. Even when I'm fucked up, I want to go to bed. I've already done this whole like stay out, do all this. Like I'm over it.
Well, we partied. You were on that one. Yeah, Kate was on a party bus with me. There's a lot of stories.
At 16, baby, I got into a bar at 16 one time. It was New Year's. That was to this day one of the best New Year's ever. was great.
Kate got like a little taste of it, but I've done so much crazy shit that I look back on because I'll talk to people and I'll be like, normal people didn't do that.
I sometimes have to tell people like things and they're like flabbergasted and I'm like, it's just really normalized.
Well, the amount of party buses I've done where I was like, oh, let's get like 60 people together and do these big, crazy, like
party buses and have like 75 bottles of wine and 45 ounces of vodka in each syringe and like inject. We didn't do all that, but I'm saying
it was intense.
It was a lot. And like now that I think because I went through that era of my life so young and I'm mad that I did it, but I went through it so young.
I'm not mad. Don't be mad. It's so
You're not mad because you didn't drink till you were damn 21 or 18. I don't even know. 21, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was 13. Either way, but I've done it so young that now I'm just starting to get to the age. I'm not even damn near 21. I'm not even 21 yet. Mm-hmm. I'm already like kind of through that phase. So now I'm like I go to the bar. I'm like, I'll go out at 10, stay there till 12, and be home by 1. That's a little late too. I like wish the bars would get packed a little early. I'm like sad because if you go to a bar,
if a bar got packed at 8, I would be that happy. Oh my God, I would love that so much.
Because nothing gets packed at 8.
I know.
No one goes out at 8.
I could go to bed by midnight and I would have an amazing night. I would
actually wake up like not feeling fucking horrible. I have the rest of my day. That's the thing. It's like when you go out, the rest of your day is kind of.
Well, that's why you have to make limits with yourself and be like, I am not. You just gotta set boundaries. Be like,
I just told Ellie, and she was cool. She was like, yeah, okay, like drive safe. Text me when you get home, and I was like, okay, because I was like, I'm going home. I'm tired.
Well,
recap. Skating's mean.
Don't
cheat. Cameron carried a virginity card in his wallet till he was 18.
Damn straight.
That wasn't a recap, but I just want to constantly put that out there.
Yeah.
And we partied way too much as children, and now we hate it.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.